And the reason I'm teaching it is because I want you to become as I am. And I'm not perfect, but one thing about your pastor, I'm going to enjoy life no matter what I go through. See, I've already decided that. I've already settled that with the devil. That's settled with demons. I'm going to enjoy life no matter what I go through. But you, in the midst of going through tough trials, you have to be wise. You have to be wise when you deal with difficult situations. You have to be wise to the point that even though you are going through something tough, you are not going to allow the spirit of depression to overtake you. Yes, this is hurting, but I'm going to be wise in the sense that I'm not going to allow the spirit of depression to overtake me. You have to be careful because you can easily become depressed. And like it or not, the spirit of depression attacks all of us. Oh God, I got 5 amen, but I said the spirit of depression attacks all of us. Spirit of depression attack young folk, attack older people, attack married folk, attack single folk, attack broke folks, attack rich folk, attack folk with good jobs, attack folk with no jobs, attack folk that's retired. Come on, somebody. Spirit of depression attack leaders, attack lay members, attack pastors, praise leaders. The spirit of depression attacks all of us at some point. Not you, Pastor. Yes, even me. Even me. There are times that I know that I am battling a spirit of depression. And when I'm dealing with it, I have to be wise and not allow it to overtake me. Not allow that thing to overtake me, to overtake my mind. How do you know, Pastor, when the spirit of depression has overtaken you? It begins to control you. It begins to control you. It begins to dictate to you what you're going to do today. Dictates to you when you should and should not smile. Even can dictate how you treat other people. See, sometimes the reason folk treat people so bad is because if the truth be told, you dealing with somebody that's depressed about their life. So if they're severely depressed about their life, why are they going to go out of their way to show you love? You'd be surprised how folk try to dress up on the outside. And to a certain extent, they got the outside right. You don't see no flaws. Sister matched that dress up perfectly with that pocketbook and them shoes. You can't say that don't go together. You got to get that girl her prop. You got to say you worked that outfit. Now you had it for 8 days set aside just to wear it. Now you've been waiting, but you did that. You did your thing on that. But again, if you could examine the inside, that's what's messed up. Before I go further, how many have ever been there? How many have ever been there to the point to where from the outside people couldn't tell you were depressed? They couldn't tell how miserable you was. Okay, hands down. And some of us, we have become a professional at fronting, at pretending. Even to the point where we know how to come to church from 10:15 to 12:15 and act like everything is all right. But then soon as church ends, you go back to being who you really are. And the reason I'm teaching it is because I want you to become as I am. And I'm not perfect, but one thing about your pastor, I'm going to enjoy life no matter what I go through. See, I've already decided that. I've already settled that with the devil. That's settled with demons. I'm going to enjoy life no matter what I go through. If I got to deal with haters, I'm going to deal with them, but I'm yet going to enjoy life no matter what I go through. Oh, God, I should have had more people who have come to a decision that you're going to enjoy life no matter what. I'm too old to let folk mess up a day. I'm too old to let bills frustrate me. I'm too old to let what people say about me keep me up at night. Do you know one thing I had to quickly realize in what God chose for me to do? That everybody not going to like me. Woo, everybody not going to like what I say. Some of you better get that in your head. Everybody not going to like you. No matter how hard you try, there will be some folk who will not like you. Listen, and they don't know why. They don't know why. If you ask them, say, why you dislike? Yeah. You know what they say? Stupid stuff like, I don't know, it's just something about it. You talking about something about it. You don't even know them. Folks will talk about you and be telling folks stuff about you like they know you, like they done met you, like y'all like this. Yeah, he do this, he do that, he do this, and if you go up there, he do this, and then they gonna do this. And they say, have you ever been up that church? No, I ain't never been up there. Hating from afar. Notice this, Proverbs 12 and 25. Anxiety in the heart of man causes depression. Watch this. Anxiety or heaviness in the heart of man causes depression. Notice that it didn't say unsaved man. See, if you, even as a Christian, allow heaviness to get in your heart, it will cause depression. Do you see it? So if I know this, I have to fight or resist allowing heaviness to get in my heart or in my mind. Because I know what it's going to do. If heaviness get in my heart, I'm going to end up depressed. I don't want to be depressed. Don't matter what you want to be. If you allow heaviness to get into your heart, you are going to be depressed. You can't argue with Bible. You can't go against what the word says. I'm tired of being depressed. Well, you got to get heaviness out of your heart. You got to get rid of something that really doesn't belong in your life in the first place. They say stuff like, ain't no love in the church. Folk don't love people no more. Why you say we don't love you? Because we don't call you every day. You mean we got to call you and check on you every day and remind you about church? If we don't, you not going to come. And if we don't call, then we ain't loving right. Come on now. That ain't right. Tell 3 folk that tell them that ain't right. 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 And you have to be careful, because when folk become very discouraged and you try to give them the word, sometimes that's the last thing they want. They want to stay in that place. They done built an apartment right there. They just finna chill right there. And don't you come talking about where you know the word say, hey, I know the Bible. I know what the word say. Well, you know, Pastor preached a couple of weeks ago that quitting is not an option. So you need to get up from here. Look, I know what Pastor preached. I was there and I got the CD. Yeah, but you got the CD, but you ain't living what the man of God preached. You have to get up from here. You have to know how to shake yourself, whether somebody call or not. You have to know how to encourage yourself when nobody is there to pat you on your back. You got to tell yourself to get up from here. You got to let yourself know there's yet some fight in me. This is a good word. Because just setting up becoming discouraged and pessimistic, listen, ain't going to solve nothing. Talking about if you had this, you could do where you don't have it, so work with what you got. Talking about if you didn't have to deal with such and such in your past, that's been 10 years ago. You should have gotten over that by now, because with God all things are. Preach it, Pastor. Your past is not an excuse to lay down and quit. Your past is not an excuse.